Beautifully, we are not like the fourth quadrant, what we are seeing. I think that calls for a big round of applause. Though there were a lot of flights available, people didn't take those flights. Thank you very much. The whole thing is from what we have seen in the past. Now we have learned a lot of things. So there were a lot of advisors, guidance from learned speakers and the resource persons as to how we should move to the future. And we will certainly go to the great future of CMAs. Inaugural session, we had CMA BB Nayak, CMA Ashwinji Dalwadi, CMA DC Bajaj as chief guest, and CMA MK Anand, who was doing expression of gratitude. Let's see what all they said.
Chief guest, CMA DC Bajaj sir, former president of our institute, our
VP Sir said, this gathering is our testament to our commitment, Sankalp to Siddhi, recalling Niti Aayog document on social progress, environmental sustainability, economy growth, good governance. And he also said the journey is a collective one. Policymakers, industry leaders, academia, professionals like us. Especially the convention is not just a gathering, it's a platform for collaboration and innovation. Great. Next came our president.
Investment that will ensure that we leave a healthier planet for future generations.
We are happy. We are here to rededicate ourselves to the Viksit Bharat 2047. We must lead, we should strive for excellence, global recognition for CMAs, profession to become indispensable. Let us empower the national leadership. This was the sum and substance of our president. Then we had a release of Outlook Business Magazine, a special edition, June, July, contours of CMA, dimensions in C-suits. Then came our CMA Icon Awardee, CMA CB Ananta Krishnan.
Learning from him a lot in my stint when I was in the fertilizers.
He was grateful to the institute for the award, and he acknowledged that what he is today is because of the institute, and our PSU headed by a CMA is one of the top 10 PSUs in the country. We have to brand ourselves in the corridors of power. This was his words of wisdom. Then we had an MOU between ICMAI and FICCI FLO. This was on virtual mode. Then came our CMA DC Bajaj Saab.
and 3 excellent programs today. We had online business.
He was discussing about the 3 important aspects of that day's event. Outlook magazine release, Icon Award to CMA Ananta Krishnan, MOU with FICCI, and Viksit Bharat and India at 75th year, the country's remarkable achievements, PM speech on Sabke Saath, Sabka Vikas, Niti Aayog paper on Viksit Bharat, unleashing the potential on green growth. He also said India in the eyes of the world, what is that? And aspirations of Indians have changed. He had given a lot of examples of that. Citizens' expectation, fastest growing industries in the India I was talking, and birth rate has come down, he was telling, and then he was giving the demographic impact of that, and world's top 15 economies. Through the times he was showing an opportunities for CMAs and CMAs to become finance business partner, enhancement of skills and sharing of knowledge he was talking. Then came our CMA MK Anand. He had a dilemma, whom to thank. That was his first sentence, in fact. So the way we have chosen the venue is on 2 and for a residential program, and he was very, very emotional. We had to stop the registration midway. He was telling through the arrangements for the event, and thanked all the officials of the institutes. Thanks are due to the Vice President, President Bajaji and Ananta Krishnan. And he said that the publication of the Outlook special issue is a new step forward.
I took a cue from our icon of the year, Mr. Anant Krishnan. He says that Today, I am here because of my qualification, that is cost and management accountant.
Then we had a plenary session. We had CMA Asim Kumar Mukhopadhyay as the chairman, Professor Amit Karna, and we had CMA Bikash Prasad. We had Neeraj Joshi and P. Vinay Ranjan doing the honors of welcome, pleasantries, and expression of gratitude. And we had Neeraj Joshi
A very
here.
warm welcome on behalf of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Friends, the theme of this NCMAC that we have considered is Viksit Bharat 2047.
Apart from welcoming everybody, he was stressing the contribution in the growth and building of the nation, management accounting trends, techniques and tools so that the profession becomes the forerunner. And then we said that we are the real engine, the professional growth in the Viksit Bharat 2047. He was recalling the words of wisdom of APJ Abdul Kalam Saab. Next, Mr. CMA Asim Kumar Mukhopadhyay. Let's hear
In
him.
various forums, in various ways when India has been progressing, what will be the role of CMAs? And definitely, when we are talking of Viksit Bharat 2040,
He was having a lot of pride when he announced that I am a CMA for the past 41 years and I am very proud of that. And he was telling my organization has chosen him as CMA to head the e-mobility vertical. We have moved from, he was saying, notebook to iPad, combustion engine to electric vehicles, physical to virtual, paper currency to digital currency, cable network to OTT, and that at Tata's, they have achieved the mobile connected vehicles, thousands of them. And he also said that we have to nurture our basic culture, electric, hydrogen, ethanol, the future, the investment of 60,000 crores of rupees on all these things, and net zero by 2045 with some of the organization, AI-powered training to drivers as they are driving, and CMAs to do innovation for value creation. Value is created by intangible assets. Financial results are necessary, but definitely not sufficient. Values, results, liberate, create. That was it. And he ended with Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. We had Professor Amit Karna.
Bharat 2047, I think each of the professional needs to find a space and a role in that future.
He said that the professional services will play the most important role in fueling growth. Three categories of business he was telling. Uses natural resources, uses financial capital, relies on human capital. The best part was 6 trends in which the businesses will be reshaped and the demands will be done is generic AI and automation, digital transformation and a hybrid way of working, lifelong learning, entrepreneurship and innovations, rise of India, ESG and DEI. We had then CMA Bikash Prasad.
Climate didn't appear. However, in 2020, all the 5 top risks were related to climate and environment.
He was explaining why we are talking about ESG now and the levels of PPM he was telling, global warming impact he was talking and calls for a refocus he was telling. Then he was coming out with 14 key steps for becoming sustainability driven CMA and CFO. Then came Mr. CMA P. Vinay Ranjan, who is a man mainly acts and speaks less, thanked everybody.
Anil Karna sir and Bikash Prasad, who power packed the deliberations, to have really given insightful thought with respect to the how CMAs can move forward and be part of Viksit Bharat 2047.
Then we had the first technical session, managing through effective governance. We had the welcome by CMA Dr.
Managing Director, ICMAI, Registered Values Organization. He will definitely add value for this session.
Thank the organizers for the event, discuss about the importance of changes, cost optimization through case studies, talked about the role of CMAs as drivers of growth, policies should be unambiguous, crystal clear, and the future belongs to the cost accountants. There were release of publications, the first one being the Enterprise Performance and Risk Management for MSMEs, then release of Compendium of MSME Schemes. Then came Dr. S.K. Gupta.
That the world is changing, and it is changing very, very
Customer is the
rapidly.
starting and ending point in the business. Customer
And
delight, he
what
was
we talking about the
talking, he
last
was
2.5,
talking of the
3
Guru
years,
Mantras,
when the
resource
world as a whole
efficiency,
was impacted
resilience,
by
adaptation,
COVID-19
developing
pandemic.
strong ethics, agility, soft skills, DEI, and he was telling culture holds the key and board effectiveness. Then came Professor
In
Vishwanath
around
Pingali.
2004, two gentlemen at Harvard Business School, Ravi Palepu and Tarun Khanna, wrote a paper on navigating this, and they defined policy as
He was
a
talking
thinking
about the
and
story of
simple
prisoner's dilemma,
case
game
where
X and Y, the myth of
you are
win-win,
not really able
about
to
the
predict.
competition, minimizing the cost is very important, though creativity plays a very important role, changing the nature of services and agglomeration of various services in one product. Case of a SIM card he was talking. Then in the world of disruptive innovation, ROI is the one which does not have the same relevance which it had earlier. He was talking about elephants and cheetahs and economies of scale he was talking. Then came CMA Rajinish Jain.
The thing which is free in the world is clapping. And I see a huge scarcity of this particular resource here. So if you have to really move to
Traditional cost optimization imperative, driving EBITDA and freeing up capital. And he was talking what is the cost optimization imperative redefined. Effective resource utilization, spur global competition, attract investments, ensure financial predictability, mitigate risk, reduce impact on environment, provide competitive advantage. Then he also said we have to move from capital to natural capital. He talked about the case studies, reimagining the 3 R's, reduce, reuse, recycle, Walmart, Unilever, Dell's cases he dwelt upon. Then we had CMA Harshad Deshpande.
but very effective ways we as a cost and management accountants, how we can optimize the cost which will in turn.
He was talking about the takeaways while expressing his words of gratitude, how we should adopt ourselves and flexible. Very fruitful session, steering by the chairman of the session, and he thanked all the participants. Then came the technical session 2, leveraging technology towards a sustainable fintech ecosystem. CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay said,
Dharmesh Tejani, head of listing NSC, and my colleague in the council, Rajendra Singh Bhatti, will not need to go.
he was telling the topic chosen is such that everyone will be glued to their seats. Role of the chairman of IAASP, release of publication he was telling. He was thanking everybody who contributed, importance of the CMA roles in fintech he was talking. Then the gist of happening in the BFSI was explained by him. Then we had release of 3 publications, release of customs, practices and procedures, release of research bulletin, then release of manual on internal audit of risk management in the mining sector. Then came CMA Sanjay Gupta.
I met your chairman a couple of times. Even we keep on reading research of the Padhyay, keep on reading SEBI. So how we can, our course and our curriculum and what are the things we should taught? Because we see a lot of young members.
In fact, he was drawing out a lot of points from the speakers. Importance of technology of professionals. Every board is interested in tech usage in all professional services. We have to unlearn, learn, relearn, and repeat the process. Individuals themselves can compute the carbon footprint and then do the needful. The regulators can involve CMAs in all your endeavors. He was requesting in all your activities you can count on us. Then came Shri Praveen S.
For all in hospitality. Now, the topic of this event, of my presentation is building inclusive and sustainable fintech industries, the role of CMAs. Now, the problem is this.
He was expressing that regulators' decisions are many times questioned based on non-availability of information in the public domain because 75% is available with them, 25% is with us. He was giving Elon Musk example. CMAs have a good role, he was acknowledging, and then he was telling that we can enter into a partnership in the form of MOU. Then we had Shri Dharmesh Tejani.
Don't belong
2017. We are beginning aligned with the government.
I was explaining about the NSE, 9 activities of NSE, third-party certificates where we will be able to get into. In a query, he said that they can consider in collaborating with ICMAI and they can recruit qualified CMAs. Then we had our CMA Rajendra Singh Bhati.
क्योंकि शिष्य जो था वो एक ऐसी पेंटिंग बनाता था और गुरु से जाके बोलता था कि मैंने कैसी बनाई तो गुरु बोलता है इसमें आपने थोड़ा सा कुछ
He was giving a beautiful story of the guru who wanted more and more and more from the students. Apart from welcoming, he gave his words of wisdom and he was acknowledging the chairman of the session as a unique way of bringing out many aspects from the speakers which I mentioned earlier. Then came the technical session 3 today morning, developing global consultancy, Indian giants and leveraging technology. We had all these stalwarts on the dais and we have CMA Doctor, how do we call? A to Z Murthy. Let's hear him.
Experience, be ready, dear ones. We have first session of the day on the second day of the convention in the form of third session, that is today, in the journey to Viksit Bharat, led by Honorable Prime Minister of the country.
He was referring, be ready from Sankalp to Siddhi through Sadhana. Entire journey of the 2 days just was covered. As per the vision of our PM, let's reform, perform and transform. Then we had our Dr. Paritosh Basuji.
Design of this program and will develop on this theme and will say that our CMAs should turn to be the value innovators, not value innovators.
Lot of input, lot of knowledge we gained, and he gave the few kernels and to set the tone. And on the consulting, support, expert, knowledge, services, success, he was talking about the bow tie approach, re-engineer and reposition, and there are a lot of things. The 10 commandments for global consultancy. He was also suggesting that CMA should get into the blue consultancy for water management, and he was referring the 3D technology, printing technology, where we will be able to contribute. Then we had Dr. Raghavendra Prasad.
And as an angel investor, I'm a mentor for some of the startups. This is my fourth phase of this career actually. After working in global corporates for close to 20 years.
Just talking about what is fintech, what role CMS can play, what kind of support we can do, new fintech companies. Then the TPT case, activity, he was talking to me is very important.
We are supposed to get or not to deserve, for which we are partially responsible, but internally we can provide.
He really treated this as a family, so he was mentioning that we should have more discipline, time management, and discipline needs to be imbibed within ourselves along with the skills. And he was mentioning that the institute is taking relentless efforts to get the due recognition for CMAs, talking about the India infrastructure market of 220 to 260 lakh crore, out of which 30 lakh crore will be on only renewable energy. And he was talking of the growth on RE sectors, IRIDA's journey, change of approach and attitude. He was talking of the CMA's role as a strategic support, project implementation, policy formulation. And he was happy to announce that they are and will be recruiting CMAs every year. Then came Shri Sanjay Kulshrestha.
I was in the MNC space industry.
So he was telling we are in the age of opportunities and transformation. Understanding of the various management is an integral part. Government had started the ball rolling for global consulting by Indian enterprises, and we should seize this opportunity, talking about the emerging areas of consultancy, investment management in infrastructure, capacity building through training, wholesale financing, end-to-end project management. And he was also pleased to say that we will be having CMAs in our company. Then we had CMA Suresh Gunjali.
I am convener of this NCMAC. M.K. Anand sir and my council colleagues and the former president of our institute.
While thanking everybody, he was definitely communicating that we have to live with the nature and with mutual cooperation and synergy. The ideas to grow big in consultancy is the need of the hour, discipline and value of time awareness he again mentioned. We are CMAs, we need a little bit of polishing. He was talking about the diamonds and he thanked all the participants for that. And now we are at this valedictory. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.